Now let us see how to calculate distance and acceleration using velocity time graphs. So in case if it is a velocity time graph, we are going to represent time on the x-axis and we will be representing velocity or speed on the y-axis. Now look at this graph, you can see that this line is parallel to the x-axis or the time axis, which means the object is moving with a constant velocity. And if the object is moving with a constant velocity, then there is no change in the velocity, so acceleration of this object will be 0. Now we can also calculate the acceleration using this velocity time graph. Now we learnt using the distance time graph, we can calculate speed by the slope of the graph. Similarly, using velocity time graph, we can calculate the acceleration using slope of this graph. So here if you see, this object is moving with uniform acceleration. Okay? So this, if you see this is a velocity time graph, so the object is moving with uniform acceleration. The velocity is regularly, it is increasing at regular intervals. So between this time interval t2 and t1, if you see, the velocity of the object has increased from v1 to v2. We know that acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity or change of velocity by time. So we have calculated the problems using the formula v minus u by t. The same thing we are going to calculate here using graph. So here if you see the change of velocity, we know that final velocity is v2 and initial velocity is v1. So acceleration is equal to v2 minus v1 and time t2 minus t1. Okay, so we substitute the values here. We get v2 minus v1 is 40 minus 20, which is 20, and t2 minus t1 is 40 minus 20, again 20. So if you calculate it, you will get the acceleration as 1, and the unit of acceleration we know it is meter per second square. So as I told you earlier, when we are calculating the acceleration, it is actually the slope we are calculating. v2 minus v1, if you see, it is nothing but BC, okay, one of the sides of this right angle triangle, and t2 minus t1 is nothing but AC, okay. So when we are calculating acceleration, we are actually finding the slope of this graph, which is BC by AC. So remember three things. When you are calculating speed using a distance time graph, you are actually calculating the slope. When you are calculating distance using a velocity time graph, you are calculating the area. And when you are calculating the acceleration in a velocity time graph, you are again calculating the slope. Now students, we will see how to calculate distance in a velocity time graph. So you have seen here that I have taken time on the x-axis and velocity on the y-axis. We know that speed can be calculated using the formula distance by time. So from this formula, if you just cross multiply, we know that distance is equal to speed into time. So if you see this graph, you can see that this object is moving with a constant velocity. So whenever an object moves with a constant velocity, the graph will be parallel to the x-axis or the time axis. And for these objects, since there is no change in velocity, acceleration will be 0. So now we are going to calculate the distance of this moving object between the time interval t1 and t2. Okay? So in this region, if you just from t1 draw a perpendicular line to the x-axis, again from t2 draw a perpendicular line to the y-axis, and this area which you are getting below the graph, this area will give you the distance covered by this moving object. So if you see this area, this is actually a rectangle and I have named it ABCD. So we know by the formula that distance is equal to speed into time. So here distance is equal to, what is the speed here? v2 minus v1. The initial velocity is 0 and the final speed or the final velocity here is 40. So v2 minus v1. And we are going to calculate the distance between these two time interval, that is t2 minus t1. So the time we have taken it as t2 minus t1. Again, if you see this rectangle, we know that v2 minus v1 is nothing but AB. Alright? And t2 minus t1 is nothing but AD. These are the sides of the rectangle. So if we calculate the distance AB into AD, this is nothing but area of the rectangle ABCD. And when you substitute the values, you get 40 into 20. 40 minus 0, 40 minus 20 is 20. So 40 into 20, you get it as 800. And since we are calculating the distance, the unit will be meters. Okay. So here, this is a rectangle and you get the distance as 800 meters. Suppose the object is moving with constant acceleration, where the velocity is changing at regular intervals. So you get the straight line. Now in this case, if you have to calculate the distance, you will have to calculate the area of a triangle. And by formula we know that area of a triangle is nothing but half into base into height. So if you see the base of this triangle ABC, the base shows the time and the height shows the velocity from the beginning. Okay. So half into base into height, the base of the triangle is nothing but AC and the value of AC is 40. I have written it as 40. And the height of the triangle BC is nothing but 0 to 40. Again, I have taken it as 40. So when you calculate it, you will get the value as 800 meters. So the distance travelled by this object is the area of the triangle 800 meters.